Just not. All right.
All right. So we are good to go. So we're back, and we are officially over 200 episodes. Woo! So 201 is indeed today's episode number. With yours truly, as always, John, aka Hawk525, and Zawa over there. In the
with the little
yes,
Godzilla staring at us.
It's funny. I also have to point. I can point at my TV, so it's a lot easier. So, and then I'm over where I guess. Well, no, I mean not necessarily, but you have to point where your PlayStation is. So yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So that's how it works.
Speaking of PlayStation, you're gonna get some workout this weekend. PS5. Thank you, Bandai, for releasing.
SD.
And this is not
SD Gundam.
This is not us. Yeah, this is not sponsored, but thank you. Releasing SD Gundam.
We are definitely going to talk about the PlayStation one way or the other today, so that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, but otherwise it's a relatively dry week. Otherwise we had the Gamescom stuff to talk about. But yeah, otherwise pretty.
Only saw bits and pieces of the Gamescom thing.
Same. So we're
looking at the trailers that came out of it, I was like, oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And I was like, but let's begin.
Yes.
With, can I help you?
Let's indeed begin. So, as we said, it's pretty dry. So even the fighting game side of things is pretty dry. You know, we've had all the big announcements over the summer, so we're pretty much at that point until likely Tokyo Game Show. We're probably gonna hear something from there, unless we have some surprises. But otherwise, we haven't had any of the sort.
No, I want to call it. Probably in September, we're going to get like a small Nintendo Direct, but not official Nintendo Direct, but
like a mini Direct.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff that's coming, like Bayonetta 3. So it'll be a good thing for Nintendo to just go like, here you guys go.
Yeah.
Here's an update instead of most of us just waiting till October to roll her out.
Yep. So, but meanwhile, in Multiversus, yes, Morty has just come out, and I've already seen some of them combo videos. Yeah, but just wanted to talk about this where Multiversus has officially announced once again they surpassed some sort of milestone, and they hit 20 million players. 20 million in a month, which is pretty crazy. Like, damn, that is a lot of people that are trying out this game. Little bits of news here and there. Taz is going to get buffed, so he got nerfed to the ground. I think too much. So even the devs are like, yeah, I think we did that. We did went a little too overboard with the Taz nerfing. So that's going to happen. Meanwhile, Iron Giant got nerfed, unfortunately. I don't know why, but I guess apparently he's been really good somewhere. I guess not that I know of, because every time I picked Iron Giant in 2v2, I just get teamed up really easily, and then I get like almost 100 damage like instantly, because they just keep fucking teaming up on me because I'm the big guy and shit like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but I feel like also I can't do his like down air as much as well, because like I don't know if it comes out slower or doesn't. You can't like do it multiple times in a row like I could before. I don't know what happened to his down air, but maybe it could just be me. I don't know. because it wasn't in the notes, I don't think. And yeah, I feel like he's gonna get adjusted next after Taz, hopefully for the better. But anyway, Morty is out. I don't know how Morty plays really because I haven't really touched him just yet. I'll probably mess around with him in the lab whenever I get around to playing that game again. But meanwhile, I've been playing like Genshin Impact because the new update came out, so I've been on that once again because it's a new region, new places to explore, a lot more treasure this time around. So yeah. Anyway, did you have any comment about the 20 million player milestone, Multiversus?
It's kind of sad that when you get that big of a player base, for other games it would take like what, half a year?
Yeah. To reach those numbers, right?
Yeah, to reach these numbers is like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You guys did something really smart and really good. Get those numbers in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's free,
Yeah.
So that's one of the things about it, and it's WB. Although,
At least they're doing something
right
smart on one side.
Oh yes, and we're gonna talk about that situation later on. So you'll definitely see. It's funny. It's like we talk about WB Multiversus, which is like the opposite end of WB Discovery, which very on the opposite end when it comes to that situation. But anyway, yeah, I mean it really is amazing to just see these numbers like within this span of time, really, for a Smash-like game. And like you said, they're definitely doing some things right, and I hope to see that like being consistent throughout its lifespan, and hopefully they bring more exciting updates, make sure the game is balanced, playable and all that stuff. Hopefully they'll like add more interesting things to like the battle pass or something like that, or the cosmetics, and of course the characters, right? New characters coming in. Hopefully that stuff is true. We'll have to see. And yeah, I mean, hopefully the game keeps going. That's all I can say. If we don't have any more comments, I think we can definitely move on. All right, we're good. All right. So
I guess closing comments is congratulations,
yes,
Multiversus.
Yes, on the continuing success on player base, and well the launch of the game, of course, of season 1. So, yeah. And there's gonna be we're gonna be getting Rick at some point, probably like several weeks later. So yeah. Only time with the passing time we'll see who else makes it in there. But yeah. Anyway, that's all for the fighting game news for today. Let's talk about the Gamescom stuff, at least so far anyway. I think it ends this week. It's just a 1 week thing, right? I don't think it's a is it multiple weeks, or is it like 2 weeks, or I kind of forget these like things. Let me see. Oh, this is awkward. Ooh, fucking IGN. Anyway, let me see. So yeah, Jeff Keighley, I believe hosted the show or something to that extent.
Yes,
okay, and there were definitely games announced, of course. Let me see. So right, there was a Dune game announced. Is a survival MMO, open world survival MMO. For those who like Dune, the movie, or the book, sure, that's up your alley, hopefully. The PlayStation 5 controller has a Pro version, which is the DualSense Edge. It'll have extra buttons. You can swap out the analog sticks, you name it. So pretty cool. I imagine it will probably be like, did they say the price point, or you don't know?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. My let me just mute that. My guess is gonna be around 120 bucks.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So
I
there's.
mean, let's try the kind of not reasonable, but optimistic. It might be what at least I want to say, yeah, let's say at least between 100 to 120
Yeah.
base price, but then the accessories will be like what?
Yeah. All the parts is what also really
I
adds
would
up.
say like it's gonna have a pack. So what?
Mm-hmm.
20 each, 25 if we want to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not we. If Sony wants to be nice, 25 a pack.
Yeah. 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 Um. Again, I mean, meanwhile, Sony also has some sort of situation that we will talk about later on. Callisto got some new gameplay in there. I mean, it's the Dead Space sort of spiritual successor because it is from the Dead Space devs. So yes, naturally there are going to be some graphic things and spacey alien gore goodness, if you want to put it that way. And
Don't
yes.
play this game. Don't play this game with little kids around or in the
dark.
in the light. You play this in the dark, so
Yeah.
every noise you hear behind you is like,
yeah, especially when you put on headphones, like a good pair of headphones with an amplifier and everything. There's also
or surround sound.
Surround sound, yeah, too. That too.
Yeah, and then when the creature starts screaming, like the whole house shakes, and you're like,
yeah. Or if you live in an apartment, you're better. If you live in an apartment, you're better off with headphones because you don't want to, bring up the noise. You know what I'm saying? What's
911? What's your emergency? I think my neighbor's house is possessed.
Yeah. Right.
Hello?
Yeah, especially with this game. Looks like the things that are different about this game is that if you don't kill your enemies, they will evolve. It looks like, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, so it's kind of like what Resident Evil did with red zombies.
Oh, right, yeah.
Kind of, not
Kinda.
really, but
I see what you're saying.
That same circle.
Yeah, within that same little tree. I guess you can say. You can see he like shot his head off, but he's still going. So it ain't gonna do him just that, Gotta kill. Yeah, see, you see the tentacles coming out of him, out of his head, or where his head was. Oh, and look at that! He just ripped himself into a bigger alien. So that's actually really cool.
Yeah, this is where the meme comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. Although there was a meat grinder in the middle, so that could have that is definitely your sort of like go-to when you're killing aliens. But when you're in a different place, obviously you have to have a different means of have a better time killing aliens. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it essentially has a lot of the Dead Space stuff, like your health will be displayed on the back of your character's head or back or something like that, instead of a traditional HUD. That sort of thing. So yeah, it's got a, it's essentially Dead Space without the names. So, for those who are aching for that kind of horror game in space, definitely this
I just don't understand this part. Like, this reminds me too much of like Uncharted.
Oh yeah.
Tomb Raider. More like Tomb Raider.
Yeah. The sliding. Yeah.
And dodging, like,
yeah.
And wow, this structure, like, whoever built this area really loves their sewer system.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it shows you the death if you screw up. Oh.
Beautifully.
Yep. So
it's okay, kids. It's a flesh wound.
It is a flesh wound.
Sleep it off.
Yep.
Sleep it off.
Yeah. And then there's a new wait, no, never mind. I said Lord of the Rings. I'm like, oh shoot. No, it's just I guess it was Lords of Fallen. I never heard of this series. But it is a Souls-like game, so I guess it is for somebody, right? Moving out to
Lord of the Flies.
yeah.
Actually, if they ever made a game visual novel of Lord of Flies, you are messed up.
Wait, did you say visual novel?
Yeah, a visual novel.
That actually would be perfect. That is actually a perfect like genre for it.
It would, but then again, you'll be freaking messed up if you
Oh yeah,
did that.
no. Pretty fucked up.
Do not read that book. I mean, you can, but just be careful.
We actually read that in school, like the whole English class.
Same.
Read the book, so
We had to like take like so many breaks because we got to that one part in the book that you were like, I don't feel comfortable. Can we pull out? No, too late. Okay.
Right. Meanwhile, Hogwarts Legacy got a new trailer. I don't know if you caught that, but
I saw that trailer, but I'm gonna chalk it up to
the more we know
YouTube's
about
compression
Salazar Slytherin and the
filing.
dark arts,
The
better
animation
prepared
on
we'll be.
some of the
If either of you
facial
uses dark
is-
magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately.
is it bad?
like, because there was like some parts that it looked like it was not like next gen graphics. Like the environments were, but you could tell like something's
Yeah, something's not quite polished.
yeah.
What do we do now?
It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the face is a little pretty off, but yeah, you're right. But the environments are pretty good.
Crucio!
I think it's just because it's a creative character stuff.
You've made your choice.
That whole the split screen between the I guess the students. Well, I was waiting for like a versus they just
Oh
slam
yeah,
right in
like
the
round
middle.
one versus yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, the environment designs are really cool. I gotta give it that.
What have the two of you done?
I swear, if that, yeah, this takes place like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say if that's Hagrid,
Right.
well,
Oh, and of course, deluxe edition. Yep, of course. 72-hour early access for that. Jesus Christ. Oh, and then there's the hippogriff mount, dark arts garrison hat. Oh, it's just like a costume or something like that. Okay. Yeah, look at that.
Now I'm worried about this character that you have. Because remember, kids, in in Potter lore, the only way you're supposed to see that creature is if you saw death. Like you saw like you're an inch away from death or something. So is this a spoiler? Of some
might
sort,
be-
or if it's just
It might be just
a
a
regular mount.
It's just a mount. Yeah, like it doesn't really mean anything. Yeah.
Still, it's like
Usually, you're dying essentially. So.
I'm dying.
Yeah. Compound, dude. That's what it reminds me of whenever you say it like that. You know,
I can't make
the old man always like he's like singing about Taco Bell. Anyway, sorry. Distraction. Tales of Borderlands is getting a new game. For those who really like those type of games.
Most stories
Lower that volume.
Borderlands start bloody. They end bloody too. Sometimes all it takes to change the galaxy is a
I mean, I can
trio of
tell,
losers trying
yeah,
to get
this is a
through
Borderlands
bad
game, but you also can
We
not
are in the middle of
like
a TDR
really put it with Borderlands because of the artistic style. Because Borderlands has a very like unique art style. This looks like it's touching it, but it doesn't really want to touch it.
I see what you mean. Yeah, like something about it is like not quite Borderlands, but it kind of is. Like the only like what the dead giveaways are is the places and like TDR and like the brand, like the companies of the weapons and stuff like, and of course the weapons. Kind of
And
what
also,
gives it away.
It's not sharp.
Not sharp, but like
coloring
I think the outlining is not prominent enough to make it like that.
outlining also.
Yeah, make it that Borderlandsy look. I don't know if it's like the Telltale engine or whatever engine they're using. Or I don't know if this is this actually Telltale? Telltale? Let me see.
I thought they broke that.
Yeah, because I thought something happened to that company. It might be because it's a different company.
Again, like it's Borderlands, but it's not Borderlands.
Uh-huh.
Because if you look at Borderlands, it's like character shading. Character shading.
Yeah.
You can really like see like the edges.
Like the
This
hard
one looks
lines. A little too smooth. Yeah, a little smooth on the smooth side. Would you say is a more of a smooth brain? It's a smooth brain game this time around. Oh boy. But yeah, so I think Telltale is not working on this. It's pretty much yeah, Gearbox. It just says Gearbox. That's all I see. So there's no Telltale logo on it. So I think pretty much the Gearbox is taking over Telltale. It might be the same staff or similar staff from Telltale, and they just brought them over here to Gearbox because they really like the Tales of Borderlands stuff. Maybe. Who knows? All right, so there's Dying Light 2 with the expansion, Tortuga, pirate game. Not that pirate game, but
I'm sorry. I know Tortuga is an actual place, but because it's so synonymous with the Pirates of the Caribbean, you can't really like break it. Can you stop biting my foot? Come here.
Marauders. Ah,
you bet.
Here's
you bet.
Here's the big one for me.
You're bad. You're banned from my foot.
Oh yeah, for the cat. Here's a big one for, at least for me anyway, is the Sonic Frontiers trailer they came out with, along with the story and the gameplay. So I'm actually really happy to see both of them kind of come into play here. Oh god, it's pretty fucking loud though. Of course, you gotta have like some sort of new like mascot, cute little thing in the Sonic games.
I still would want the
Submit.
The small animals.
Your
yeah.
reckless actions endanger the world.
What was the character's name in that recent Sonic game?
Yeah,
like they were white and had like the pink or red like coloring.
Oh, and
had a mask.
Infinite.
There you go. That's Infinite without their mask on.
Well, Infinite's dead, so.
Oh, this is a prequel.
Prequel?
Or an alternate universe. I mean, why the fuck not? Right?
Yeah.
Mimi, is that you?
I like how he was reaching out for her.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't, let her stay in there.
Well, usually that's how it goes, but this time around, the story and stuff like that has been changed up, I think, for the better, because usually... Hold on.
Immediately.
My fat fun.
Yeah.
Minato boy.
Mm-hmm. And yep, confirmed for November, early November of this year. Of course, you gotta have the pre-order bonus, like any other game. Anyway, luckily it's not that bad, but whatever. What I was gonna say is that what's really interesting this time around too for this game, or at least for Sonic anyway, is that they're actually going to take this a little more seriously. Like it has a little bit of more of a mature tone to it, which is for the better. Not overly mature. Like it's not like blood and fucking like no, it's not super melodramatic, that sort of thing. But it's a nice change, no less. And you don't hear Sonic making jokes like million miles per minute, that sort of thing, appropriate to its speed, I guess. But he's not like yapping. He's not like cracking any one-liners. Yeah, like literally, I don't think we've heard Sonic talk too much in these trailers throughout its promotion, too much. And then the only time you've heard him was like very few here and there. Just like here, you only heard Sonic saying like, "Amy, is that you?" That sort of thing. So and he was like pretty serious about it too. So with along with the music and everything, and then I think like some of the footage that they showed off with the what do you call it, like the VIPs playing the Sonic game. You see Sonic getting his ass kicked a lot, like in those cutscenes and stuff like that. So this is really going to be pushing Sonic into those sort of boundaries. So I think it's actually going to, make this a lot more interesting in that sense, because it doesn't paint Sonic as this like invincible sort of like, plot armor heavy, sort of person or character, right? And he's not. It doesn't feel like a kid's thing anymore as much as before. I think it's a lot more for everyone. Like it's kind of like Avatar: Last Airbender kind of sort of spot. Yeah, I mean it's got kid-friendly things, but there are things that adults can enjoy from that show, like very much so. And hopefully the Sonic Frontiers could be like that sort of, especially with the fact that they're not cracking that many jokes, or not like they haven't cracked any jokes at all. So for those who have played the games in the past, Sonic games have really took that sort of turn when it comes to like the writing, very much like kid friendly, like oh look, it's Dr. Eggman, or should I say Baldy McNose hair, that sort of thing. Like, or actually I think Tails said that, but anyway, it either way. Now the gameplay has been all right here and there. It's not very consistent. Like there are good games and there are like just awful games, unfortunately. And that's why people kind of like crack jokes at Sonic. Like they don't take him too seriously, because the games have that sort of lack of direction and consistency. That's why people like you have all the people like making jokes about Sonic, because I mean he hasn't had a good spotlight in a very long time, like Mario. Mario has been very consistent, right? And so that's why they don't make as much memes towards Mario. It's more like Luigi and stuff like that, but like it's not like it's a very different tone, right? It's like you're laughing with Mario, but a lot of the times with Sonic you're laughing at him because of all this stuff, right? The kids-esque writing, the quality of their games overall, and there's just the lack of direction for Sonic for right now. But hopefully with Sonic Frontiers, it's got that open world stuff to it. Hopefully the speed is there, the thrill of the speed is there, the level designs are there, and then of course the gameplay is there as well, on top of the story. So that's my 2-piece on it. Anything you wanted to throw in or add in?
I kind of hope someone dies. Like no fake out, just like
Right.
Not all Sonic games are like interconnected. They're their own universe. maybe this would
Kinda,
be
yeah.
one of those games
Mm-hmm.
that if they want that mature tone, I mean, yes, you don't have to go straight to like, oh, someone dies, but you know, be
Mm-hmm.
nice to give that shock factor.
Yeah. They've played around with that, like the characters dying, but they always come back somehow. Like, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog, right? Like they didn't know Shadow the Hedgehog was gonna be super popular, so that's why they brought him back from the dead. You know, they like retrofit him to be alive, and then somewhere in whatchamacall 06, you know, back in 06, of course, Sonic dies somewhere, you know, in the story. Let's just put it that way. But with a certain what do you call cliche? I guess you can say a certain cliche brought him back from the dead, you know, and again, like that's like meme material, because of Princess Elise and Sonic, you know, so you know where that's going. So anyway, hopefully here it'll be a lot better for Sonic, right? I mean, are the memes are still gonna come out? Sure, right? But I mean, the memes are already coming out from Sonic Frontiers, so yeah. But hopefully it'll be for the better overall. I'll likely get this on the PlayStation 5 just to make sure, like, you know, I have the best running game. Like, as much as I would like something, I would like to get it on the Switch just because, but I'd rather get it on the PlayStation 5 just to get the, you know, the best out of it. Hopefully, unless somehow the Sonic games don't run well on Sony systems versus Nintendo systems. I don't know. Well, I'll worry about that when it happens. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, this is definitely the one for me, the highlight, as you can tell, from Gamescom so far. Anyway, if not, this is the one, right? So, all right. I guess that's it for Sonic. I think if we're good on comments. Otherwise, meanwhile, there are other games like Under the Waves from Quantic Dream and Parallel Studio, Goat Simulator 3. I think technically this is the second game. They just went straight to 3 because haha hee hee, it's funny. You know, the jokes and stuff like that. Return to Monkey Island has also been announced. For some reason, this shot really reminds me of Overwatch for some reason. Like this particular shot. Like when you open a loot box, like like these like things pop. You know how the like when you open the loot box and then like when you get the new skins or whatever, they like pop up like in like they look like they're amiibos or like or not action figures, like the PVC figures. You know what I mean? Like the display figures.
Mm-hmm.
They do their poses and stuff like that in the little base they have. That's what this shot really reminds me of. It's like that Overwatch sort of like that look. You know, it triggers that memory for some reason. But no, it's I believe this is Unknown Worlds. This is supposed to be like a Warhammer 40K type of style to it with StarCraft art style or characters design sort of styles to it. Only for PC and Mac. Wow, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that sentence in a long time. PC and Mac, because I don't hear too many games about Macs, right? Or on the Mac. This game called Friends vs. Friends, which is a card deck-based shooter. Okay. Lies of P. I think this is a Souls game? Souls-like game, yeah.
Yeah, Lies of P is the Pinocchio.
Yeah, the Pinocchio game. That's kind of weird. There's no trailer for it, but I guess it was just an announcement of sorts. Stranded. Atlas Fallen. Homeworld 3. Of course, there was a trailer for Sumeru and Genshin Impact 3.0. Like I said, I've been playing it so far, and there's a lot of stuff to discover and explore, treasures to find, and stuff like that. Oh, there's a trailer for Honkai Star Rail. If it's just a story trailer, I think we're good on that for right now. Because if there's a release date, then I would play the trailer. But anyway, High on Life. That's the game with the sort of the Rick and Morty-esque sort of like vibe to it, because it is from the same creator. The weapons like talk to you, so there's probably gonna be like a lot of jokes per minute type of thing going on. The Expanse. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is getting a multiplayer game. That's pretty interesting.
Why?
I've never watched that movie, but I've always heard about it.
It's a product of its time.
It definitely looks like that. That's I guess it's just for the fans of the 80s stuff, you know. Like you said, the product of its time. If you're
But it looks like it looks good.
it looks good.
Graphic wise,
Yeah.
it looks good. Like you can tell like they what's the word? They put some love into this.
Yeah, people really like that movie for what it was. Alright, Scars Above. Also got some sort of trailer. One of the ex Fallout slash Skyrim devs is making a game. Age of Empires 4 expansion has been announced. Gotham Knights launching earlier than expected. So I guess it's launching on October 21st. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure I'm gonna get the game now. I kind of lost interest, honestly. I don't know, something happened. Like I'm going like maybe once I like watch someone play it, or you know the reviews come out, then maybe. But otherwise, I'm gonna just focus on Bayonetta 3. That's just my 2-piece on that. Where Winds Meet has been announced. Oh yeah, Hideo Kojima is starting a podcast. That's one of the announcements I kind of heard. You know, Jeff Keighley, I guess, really loves Kojima's work still, and Kojima himself, or at least really respects him. Park Beyond is a amusement park Sim City type of game. And I guess there's some sort of like this is a car thing. So Mini, the car company from Britain, I believe, making the, you know, famous for making the Mini Coopers, is coming out with a Pokemon edition. It's called the well, it's tied with the Mini Aceman. I guess that's the it's the fully electric car. Okay. And they're gonna slap on the Pokemon stuff on it, so that's kind of cute, I guess. Let's see.
Fully electrical car pops open the hood. Ah,
yes,
that's why you just slap it back down.
What if it was
I
like
don't want it. Don't
what if it was like a dead Pikachu for some reason, like a dead, or like
a corpse,
like a either a corpse or like a or Pikachu's like in a comatose or something. It's comatose, so that way it generates electricity only when you want it to. If, like, all right, it's
either that or I was like thinking like you pop open the hood and it's like Voltorbs and one big electrode right in the middle.
Yeah.
And then if you don't like let the car rest, they explode.
Mm-hmm. So what is this? So wait, so what are the features of the car? Like it looks like it has some sort of projection or something, or is it that's just the commercial doing that? Let's see. I think it's just yeah, I think that's just the commercial thing. The heads-up display is kind of cool. And then let's see. Yeah, I think it's just like the lights that kind of make it look like it's some sort of Pokemon, right? You get even like the red lights. That's what I'm guessing that's supposed to be like the turn signals and whatever. light up like that to make it look like Pikachu a little bit.
It's been so funny. The car's alarm system is just like Pikachu just screaming its lungs out.
Oh, I know. Oh man.
It's like, oh god, what the hell was
Yeah.
that? Sorry, it's my alarm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and they're just talking. Okay, so I thought that they're gonna like, I don't know, drive the car or something. That'd be kind of cool. But no,
Yeah, just drive it on stage into the
well, no, I mean
crowd.
they have like a different video, like a separate video of.
Oh yeah,
them.
separate video, but they just hop in and they just drive off. It's like, wait.
What would have been really cool was if they got the guys from Top Gear, like the old veterans, of course, from Top Gear, like any of them, to test drive the car. That would have been kind of would have been a nice little sprinkle on top. But no, I mean it's just it's a mini. My mom has a mini actually. She still has hers. I mean she doesn't drive it that much, but she has the mini Countryman. It's kind of it's basically a bigger Cooper, pretty much. But anyway, funny, you know, I just got a new car, so I've been kind of like paying attention to cars a little more nowadays. Kind of funny how it works, but yeah. I wonder if it has some sort of like integration with Pokemon Go. So like because you have a bigger screen now, like it's not. I mean, I imagine it's still distracting, so you should probably not. But whatchamacallit, it'd probably
That's
be easier.
Fine. Beep beep.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to operate Pokemon Go with this car. Maybe, I don't know. Although it is electric, so you're not gonna take it everywhere. You're probably just gonna take it to the grocery store or something. So, unless you plan out your routes.
We're gonna use this electric car to go from Cali to Florida.
Oh Jesus! I thought you were gonna say Vegas. I'm like, okay, Vegas would be a nice test, but Florida
Road trip.
Yeah, yeah, across the country. Jesus Christ, across the nation, I should say. Yeah. I know Vegas has like some electric car station, like charge stations here and there. Especially now, I imagine they put more of them now along the route. But I mean, still, I can't imagine be as easy as a gas car. Let's just put it that way. It's like what, 200 miles ish. So yeah, it's a pretty good test, I'd say, from California to Vegas. If it can make it there relatively with ease on one charge, then that should be fine. But Florida, that's the ultimate test. Jesus Christ, California to Florida, jeez. Especially when you're in the middle, like the Midwest. I wonder how many charge stations can you find along the way. Anyway, meanwhile, let's see, Phantom Hellcat, some sort of hack and slash combat game, Warhammer 40K, Dark Tide. I think it sounds like some sort of like expansion. Dorfromantic, Blacktail. Let's see, Outlast. X Battlefield people are making some sort of new shooting game. Oh yeah, Dead Island 2. And yeah, that's it. There's only been one other Dead Island game, right? Or was there like in betweens?
There were spin-offs, I believe.
Spin-offs, right? I know Dying Light is technically kind of a spin-off-ish, but it's like its own little universe as well. But I guess, yeah, I mean, Dead Island 2 is now a thing. Or more of a thing, excuse me. I forget I don't know when this was last announced. Or when it was, like, initially revealed, or even. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's Gamescom so
it's
far.
kind of dumb though. They call it Dead Island 2.
Uh-huh.
But it's not on. But you know, if you want to be a like very technical, it's you're not on an island. You're in LA. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
LA an island now? Do you does does California count as an island to you?
Or
Asking for a
or
friend.
or depending on how you look at it, right? Like, is the entire North America an island to them?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of surrounded by water. No, but it's a little too big to be surrounded by water. But anyway, let me see if there's any more. There's announcements. Check that out. I think there's gonna be more, but we'll see. Oh, there's System Shock remake. Okay. There's a fear.
Here's a fear. I love that. Love that groove.
Let me see. Let me just skim through this stuff. Oh yeah, Phantom Hellcat. We saw that. Goat Simulator. A lot of like indie games. I heard like there's also unfortunately like NFT stuff too being showed off at Gamescom. Okay, so it's just a lot of stuff that we already know. It looks like, yeah, not too many other things.
Like again, this Gamescom was
Yeah, it seems like it.
like nothing really grabbed me. It was just like, oh, that's lovely,
Mhm.
you know.
Really, the only thing for me is just the Sonic trailer. That's it. Got definitely plenty out of that. Like we got the story, a little, and also the gameplay. We saw some gameplay as well. So nice. It was a pretty solid trailer. And then Harry Potter stuff, I guess. But for those who really want
Harry
to,
Potter.
yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, since we made our rounds, I'll fire up this up real quick here. It's just a minute and 12, so I guess we can squeeze this in. I gotta say though, Hoyoverse, or formerly known as MiHoYo, really know how to pump out these sort of gacha games, right, with that quality.
Can I help you? You're crying. What's wrong?
Pay a price.
We can watch the video together.
Genuine.
Oh, first time.
You are one of them. The Shenjo is in danger. This man, he...
The train is about to make the jump. Hold on, everyone.
Going to space.
Yep, Star Rail. I like the quote from this is it says, "Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price." So yeah, so are you talking about gotcha? Oh god.
It's like one did a whale.
One will become a whale, pretty much. So yeah.
It's Guli.
Yeah, Guile, the old Guile. I don't know why Guile is in here. But whatever. So yeah, that's that. I guess that's it for Gamescom so far, or is that like the majority of it? But I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll keep an eye on it. If there's more to come, then we'll talk about it. If not, that's that. But there is some other stuff to talk about, like Twitch, for example. Especially for Twitch partners. I don't know if you heard about this, but very recently, Twitch just published an announcement saying that the partner program will be allowing streamers to, well, venture out to different platforms. And also you can simultaneously stream on Twitch and the smaller like mobile stuff like TikTok and Instagram Live, for example. Which let's be real. People have already been doing that. Like, if we're gonna be honest, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they've been sneaking that in behind their backs without them knowing it. And because of how massively popular these partners can be, we're just like, we'll let that slide because, you know, obviously they're making them money too. So it's like, yeah, you know, that sort of thing. But they're allowing that now for sure, so it's fine. But what you cannot do still, let's speak very clear, is that you cannot simulcast with YouTube and Twitch, for example. You know, two major platforms, for example. You can't do that with what's another service? Facebook. Facebook is another major service when it comes to live streaming. You cannot do that either. You know, so kind of sucks. I wish you could do that. I don't like the reasoning of why they don't allow you to do that. They just said, oh, it's not optimal to have two simultaneous chats or something like that along those lines, which I kind of disagree with, to be honest. Oh yeah, because it says, because we believe engaging with two streams at once can lead to suboptimal experience for your community. So that's just kind of like BS to me. A little fluff, I'd say. I've done it before, like once when I was like not an affiliate on Twitch, and it wasn't like overwhelming or anything like that. I'm like, oh hey, you know, this guy from YouTube says blah 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 blah, you know, when I'm reading the chats, and oh, this guy from Twitch said blah 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 blah, you know. I mean, I guess it could be when you're like that, like super huge of a fucking streamer. I think like anyone can just do it fine. You know, in a practical sense. You know, Twitch is a business, so I don't think they want to, you know, have a competitor be affiliated with them. I guess, you know, in some way or form. Maybe hopefully in time they will allow it. Maybe if they do, I'm gonna be on that, man. I'm gonna be on that the simultaneous boat for sure. I mean, if anything, right? Like, if you really want to optimize it, you should like write in the title, like, oh, I'm streaming here, but if you want to chat, you know, go to here, you know, go to Twitch or vice versa. You know, that could be a way to do it. You know, have like have a bot, have like one of those like night bots saying, you know, reminding in the chat like, hey, if you want that interaction, go to blah 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 blah, you know, and then YouTube could just be the platform for people who just don't want to deal with the Twitch chat, because you know how Twitch chat can be. You know, they just want to like put this in the background, or you know, like, because of, you know, how the ads are on Twitch, they're very obnoxious, right? YouTube isn't that obnoxious yet, so you know, that could be a way to kind of alleviate that. So I don't know. What do you think of all this?
I don't think, again, Twitch is just not stubborn, but just like just
Mm-hmm.
like, it's like you're trying too hard right now. Just
But yes, in the past, Twitch was not in favor of people like simultaneously streaming like that, like especially when you're on a stream, doing one of those like real life sort of vlogs or streaming live streams, and you have two like phones or devices to stream simultaneously, you know, to TikTok / Instagram Live, and then also on Twitch, which actually didn't like that, right? obviously for the big people, they probably let that slide because they're making the money again. But for the smaller streamers, right, who don't make as much money, they probably ban them because hey, you're not following the rules and you're not making that much money either. So maybe I'm
like, it's like they're doing this to like the smaller like ones that are trying to gain their viewers and stuff. That is bad. No, don't do it. Big company.
Yeah.
Good job, people. You guys know.
Yeah. I mean
No.
there's some grain of truth to that because like the big Twitch partners, right? Whenever they get banned, right? Guess what? They like come back like 3 days later or even less than that.
Yeah.
Even though like someone like something like, let's say a female streamer, right? They I don't know, they flashed themselves, right? Or something slipped, quote unquote slip.
Yeah.
Whoops. And then or they do something stupid. They get banned, but they come back in like 3 days or less or so. Or a week, whatever. They come back. But then when it comes to like a mid ground sort of streamer or even lower than that, of course, whenever they get banned for no good reason, like, this song was playing during the stream, well, let's ban them, they don't even come back for like what, a month or even like longer, man. There's been like a streamer that I saw like that was like stuck being banned for like a really long time until like months and months after. Even some of the Smash streamers I think I know or I used to like kind of watch or know went through that sort of similar situation too for some reason. So that was yeah, so it's very annoying like that when it comes to those sort of situations, but nonetheless though, at least they're doing something, I guess, with the policies. They're updating it for the better. Hopefully they come around and say, oh yeah, you can stream on YouTube. We've had a talk with YouTube, blah blah blah. We had a discussion, blah 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 blah, that sort of thing. But we're not gonna see that anytime soon. I don't expect that anytime soon. Either way, I'm gonna be still streaming on YouTube for the most part when it comes to me, you know what I mean? But when it comes to this stuff, this is just us recording, right? We're just backing it up on the live stream. So that's why we're here. But it gives us a lot easier to kind of grab stuff. But anyway, I'm happy for the partners, no less though. I mean, they got some breathing room, no less, and that's kind of cool, I'd say. Yeah. If we're good on comments, I think we can move on. Okay, we're good. All right. This one kind of sucks to talk about, but we definitely should bring it up as some. Definitely as no less. There is some sort of inflation going on with the PlayStation. So I like to call it the PlayStation inflation, because at least in several countries, including Europe, or regions, I should say, Europe, and then there's Canada, Mexico, the Asian regions, and Australia, are all getting some sort of price increase, pretty much equivalent to $50 USD or US dollars. Why? That's because Jim Ryan, I believe, who was writing out, or who was saying in the statement or blog, was saying that the continued inflation, we're in an inflation right now, slash global economic troubles, is what he was referring to when they were speaking the reasons as to why they're increasing the price. Even though Sony, of course, is making a big profit, billions. They're making billions. And so, to me, anyway, I think this is BS. It's a load of fluff, I think. And you know what's funny? That today, I think I put it in here. If not, I will bring it up from Discord. Hold on. For those who are worried about, because we are in an inflation of sorts, the Xbox is gonna go up too. But no, Microsoft has come out today, as we record this, of course, today that Microsoft confirmed that the Xbox Series X and S will not receive a price increase and remain at their suggested retail price. But yeah. So, you know, of course, this is gonna kick up the console wars again. Like, oh, the Xbox is still at the same price, so we're the better console, blah blah blah. And then, but the PlayStation, man, got the games, it's got the quality graphics, and the blah blah blah. And the design is cool. I don't know. I don't know how console wars.
We have all of this. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Right. I don't know how console wars go nowadays. I mean, we're like past that point, so whatever. I mean, sorry, go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
I don't know. It's like we're over here going like, you know, the big console wars is happening on the side. It's like, and then we're just sitting there going like, you know, I haven't touched my PS5 or my Xbox for a while.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see what games are there. You know what? Let me see my game library. Okay.
The only reason,
It turns out.
yeah, the only reason I've touched my PlayStation 5 is because of Digimon Survive, but also like Multiversus and Rumbleverse. I've been playing that too, also on the side. Although two of those games definitely you don't need to play on PlayStation or anything like that. You can play it anywhere else almost. And then Digimon Survive, that's also on the Switch too, so it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not exclusive either. You can play on the Switch, you can play on PC. It's not like a big freaking, it's not an exclusive by any means. So yeah, doesn't really, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that there's no like hard reason for us to like really like stick with our PlayStations for right now. So again, for those who are pressured to get a PlayStation 5 now, if you don't have it still, you're not missing out too much, right? Obviously there are some exclusive like the Horizon, stuff like that, and then God of War that's coming up, and then yeah, I guess Spider-Man eventually with Venom and stuff like that, right? But there's no like hard reason for you to get a PlayStation 5. I got it because, I got lucky, first off, along with Zawa, of course. We both got lucky. Kind of wanted to like see what it's like, be the beginning pig almost for our friends. You know, hey, we'll tell you.
For my reason of being lucky, I wanted to fucking make a statement to my boyfriend. That dumbass believed that I wouldn't buy 2 PS5s. What for me about for him? And I was like, where's my wallet?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I eventually would have bought the PS5, but it was more again for like a statement to shove it into his face, like, do not test me in my money. And now that I have a credit card, now the ultimate test begins.
Yeah. Yes.
And I already made a $600 purchase. I am proud, but not proud.
Of what though? Is it a graphics card?
No, that's gonna happen next month.
Right.
It's gonna be a 370. Yeah, this is what I bought. Only he can see it, kids.
Yeah. I was about to say I'm not gonna be too detailed about it, but
I'm just gonna put the price. I mean, I already said the price.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what?
He's gonna see it, and then he's gonna slap his head. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
That thing has not been in production since. Well, I mean that has not been in production since 2010. Every other thing has been reproduced and stuff. But that one, for some particular reason, has not seen the light of day. So, check
Okay.
my money.
All right.
Don't judge me, kitty.
It's a tangible thing. I'll give you that, but it's Anyway, it's not like fucking F-Go or anything like that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow! You opened my eyes.
Oh my god. Please don't.
I'm
Anyway.
not gonna wail that hard.
Oh gosh.
Ish. I mean, I'm probably gonna wail on that other Genshin game that's coming out. The one with the wolf. But I don't know. Is it gonna be weapon based or character based?
I don't know. I mean, there is gonna be weapons definitely for sure, but I don't know if there are perks in there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
So far, I don't think that game's gonna be like character like heavy for gacha. It's just gonna be like maybe weapon.
I don't know. Yeah, it might be weapon based. I'm not too sure. We'll see. There's not too much information, so we don't really know. Anywho,
cancelled.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, it sucks with PlayStation right now. I mean, of course, we're glad to have a PlayStation 5 at this point. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but you're not really missing out on anything. There's no like big exclusive besides Horizon right now, and oh yeah, of course, Gran Turismo 7, the only other exclusive I can think on the top of my head. And probably like very few other. Oh yeah, like the Final Fantasy Integrate. That's PlayStation 5 exclusive, I believe, right? Well, was. I think Integrated is also on PC now. So yeah, I mean, the thing about this whole exclusivity thing, I think, is dying for the most part, except for Nintendo. Nintendo games are always going to be on Nintendo consoles only, legally, right? But when it comes to like PlayStation stuff, Xbox stuff, they're all going to be like eventually on the PC, it seems like, nowadays. So if you're patient enough, you're not going to really miss out on anything at this point. Especially with like, Last of Us, Horizon at one point. Gran Turismo, yeah, I mean, you're still not granted access to that on PC. But eventually, probably. I don't know. But anyway, it still sucks, and for those who just want a PlayStation 5 for the sake of just wanting a PlayStation 5, the prices are going to go up in those major regions and areas. I heard that in Mexico, it's like, if you convert it to USD, it's $750 with the price pointing.
It's like what, the PS3?
Almost. Yeah, dude. I mean, you can imagine how much the PS3 was way back when in Mexico, and then of course in places like Brazil too. Like they got it pretty bad. Like I think they're paying like thousands of dollars worth, because of the import taxes and all that stuff. I think, and how the government treats electronics and stuff like that too from other places.
Look, kitty, be free.
Yeah.
You're letting the cold air out.
Yeah, some other countries too are paying a little more or less. But overall, though, the price increase is $50 up worth, or equivalent, more or less. So it does sound like it sucks. Maybe there is a reason behind it, but other than that, if it's just PlayStation, then that kind of tells you, yeah, I mean, Sony's just being greedy. I think for the most part. Also, whatchamacall? This isn't the first time it happened. Apparently, there was a time during the PlayStation 4 era, in Canada, they had also a $50 worth of a price increase in Canada only for some reason. So this isn't the first time, one way or the other, and it just sounds like Sony they just want to squeeze out as much money as they can with these consoles and games and stuff like that. And it's stupid because, most of these consoles, we've mentioned this before. Consoles are always sold at a loss for the most part. They're losing money as they're making these consoles, but what makes the profit are the games and the microtransactions, and also all the DLC and all the live service stuff that comes after, right? The continued service on top of course, the sales of the games themselves. You know, Elden Ring, right? You know, Elden Ring itself, you know, it's just a single player game for the most part. There's no like real big DLC continuation kind of service, right? There's no microtransactions. It's just a game. It's just a single player game you can enjoy for $60, right? Games like that are accounted for in the profit to make up for the loss for these consoles. That's always been a plan. But I guess with Sony, they would just want to, again, squeeze out as much money as they can for those sweet profits. So that's why they're trying to squeeze out those prices, right? They're trying to really stretch it out. Which they can. That's why they didn't go for the $100 increase, obviously. They went for the $50 increase. Because, you know, there are people out there who want those PlayStation 5s and stuff like that. You know, everyone is suffering the inflation, and yet PlayStation is the only one, or the Sony is the only one that's like doing these price increases on purpose, right? You know, everyone's got the chip problem. Everyone's got the semiconductor problem. You know, the shortage issues. Cars, you know, I've you know, like I've been kind of hinting here and there. You know, I got a new car, blah blah blah. You know, cars are also suffering the shortage too. Hard. Because of the chips, you know, the lack of, or the lack thereof. And the materials to just keep producing these cars with the computers and all that stuff, all the technology. That's why all that technology is prioritized to like phones and like gaming devices and stuff like that. It's because of the bigger profits. What do you call it? Over time, I guess. Yeah, I mean, cars make money, but they don't make them as much money quickly. That's the problem here. That's why the cars are very much on the short side of things versus the demand. So I don't know. I mean, back to here. Sony sounds like they're being pieces of shit for this. I think, in my opinion. Is there a problem with inflation? Yes, well, obviously, you know, around the world. But why is it that only Sony is the company that's increasing their prices for these consoles, right? It's not like they're increasing the price. They're increasing the prices for all their other electronics, like the TVs and the speakers and all the other stuff, right? It's just a PlayStation. So don't you think that's odd? You know. So that's just my 2 cents on that. And not to mention, Microsoft just came out and said, "We're not doing that." So it kind of nails that coffin even more, I say, in my opinion. Anything you wanted to add in the situation?
Right now, it's too early to say for me.
Sure.
So I guess it's one of those bad times that we just gotta wait and see what is this gonna lead to. I do feel sorry, really sorry for Europe, Canada, Mexico, Asia, and especially Australia.
Oh yeah, they got it bad
already
too.
Yeah, they already get their asses whooped with you know imports, tax.
Yeah, import taxes. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, this isn't affecting places like the UK. It's not entirely Europe. I think that's that's what I heard anyway. UK is okay for right now. US has not been affected for right now, which is weird, you know. But I don't know. Time can only tell what will happen next. Maybe they'll take back on that, step back on that, maybe. But for right now, it kind of sucks. I say it's bullshit. I think they're doing it on purpose. It's no like justification other than themselves wanting to squeeze out a little more profit. So Again, that's my 2 cents on that. Right, so we've already seen the Sonic trailer because we saw that through Gamescom. There was new footage for Pokemon, so let's take a quick gander at that. Okay. There are new Pokemon showing off along with that, but I think this is more like focused on the battles themselves, including the online battle. There is a new Pokemon right there. Cyclizar, Normal, and Dragon. Pretty annoying with that substitute ability.
It's a substitute. But more annoying!
Yes.
Please don't.
People are gonna abuse that for sure. Yeah, the crystal stuff, we've already seen that. You see how you can like change types on the fly like that? So obviously, you know, with Colossal is rock and fire, right? Which is like double weak to water. But with the crystal, he was able to switch it to what it looks like water. So that's why when it was hit by what is that, like hydro pump or whatever it was, it resisted it. So actually pretty OP potentially. And then there's new items like loaded dice, makes multi-strike moves more likely to hit more times. That's actually pretty OP. Especially when you like, if they're like different combinations with certain Pokemon. Oh my goodness, that sounds pretty annoying. Potential, of course.
It's so funny that they brought that thing into the game officially.
Yeah.
The ghost.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. I like that reference.
I'm like, that's like you're like.
Yep.
I mean, I know I might have said it in a past broadcast, but when they transform into their, I'm just gonna call them their jewel forms.
Yeah, crystals.
It looks like those crystal like figurines that you would like see at Disney or those really expensive like jewelry store.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
That takes the they made like glass little figures. Reminds me of that, and some of the Pokemon going into that form is like, I just want to grab it and just throw it out.
See if they just shatter to pieces. Yeah, especially if it's just glass, right? Just pure glass. It just.
I don't know. They're right there, so it's like, I have a sledgehammer.
Right.
Let's test this, kids. Like what?
Especially if you happen to if you happen to have some sort of like high-speed camera, right? So you just film it, put on a tripod, just film yourself just like dropping the shit out of these like glass statues. That sounds like a good time for a video. But
yeah, and then everyone's just gonna be like, "You just killed it!" Yeah.
Hey, I'll make that ad revenue.
No, but like, Nurse Joy can fix this.
Nurse Joy can fix this. Yeah. It'd be actually be kind of interesting as an ability, like for like let's say like a glass Pokemon, right? If you kill it, if you knock it out, it'll like shatter to pieces, right? And it'll be like what do you call those? Like what do you call it? Spike, that one move, Spike or Stealth Rock, where every time you switch out your Pokemon, they land on the glass. You're like, oh my foot, oh, you know, they'll be like, oh my foot, because they should step on the shattered glass. That'd be kind of interesting actually, but also at the same time like kind of dark, because it's like implying like that Pokemon's like dead almost, but you're using the dead sort of corpse as a weapon as well. In some ways, it'd be kind of an interesting ability, but obviously it'd be kind of violent, so not as kid friendly. Let's just put it that way. Maybe like I don't know, something with that. You could play around with that somehow. But anyway, it's interesting. I don't think they showed off nothing too crazy other than demonstrating the crystal forms and also some of the new Pokemon, including Cyclozar and its ability, and some of the items, right? The battle items, where, you know, loaded dice to hit people more likely this many more times with those moves, like, you know, Bullet Seed, and, you know, I imagine something like Bind or something like that. Maybe, you know, multi-hitting moves. Fury Swipe, you know, remember that? Yeah, I've always used Fury Swipe, and then most of the time it sucks. So yeah, I mean, if only Meowth had loaded dice, right? You can swipe more times.
And I still think he's gonna like fail.
Yeah, right. Break his claws, you know. It kind of, I don't know why this just kind of popped in my head, but if Meowth was in a like a versus Capcom game, that would be his hyper combo. Like, you know how like Wolverine has his Berserker Barrage, you know, the super version or whatever. So Meowth can like do that as a super. but if you abuse it too much, his claws will break or something like that. They have some sort of like drawback somehow. I think that'd be pretty funny. Oh yeah, other than that,
he uses Payday.
Oh yeah, Payday. Yes.
But instead of actual, like, what was it, money or whatever, it's the James bottle cap.
Oh yeah. I feel like Payday could be like just like a random thing, right? So it could be like money sometimes, but also James's bottle cap collection, and then like anything else, I guess. GSC's fucking, I don't know, precious item kind of shit. I don't know. Anyway, nothing too much. This was revealed during the tournament, I believe. There was like a competitive tournament. It's like the big Pokemon tournament, with, I think it might have been Sword and Shield. I forget which one it was, but anyway, the latest Pokemon game. They had a competition there along with the TCG stuff, blah blah blah. Yeah, this was during that tournament they revealed this. Nothing too crazy, but it's nice to look at. You get to see demonstrations of those new stuff you'll see in Scarlet Violet. All right, I think from this point on it will be like quick bits of news.
Yeah.
For the most part, Yakuza creator Nagoshi, who previously was moved to a different studio, wants to create some sort of like Quentin Tarantino type of game, like a you know, not necessarily like, you know, Pulp Fiction video game, but like something like a Tarantino film, you know, for when it comes to video games.
So how much of a pop culture reference is this game gonna be? 'Cause, you know,
I know.
Quentin Tarantino's movies always has that big ass like pop culture reference in every of his movies.
For sure.
Or I'm trying to remember if there was any in Inglourious Basterds. Was there? I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie.
Not so much. Like it kind of makes references here and there. Well, I don't know about Inglourious Basterds, but they try to do that. But it always tries to be its own thing, and I think it succeeds at that. And that's why these Tarantino movies are like really successful in that sense, because they always are trying to do their own thing. Especially with like Pulp Fiction, way back when. It makes memes, it makes jokes. It's just a cult classic almost every single time, almost. It's even like once upon a time in Hollywood, right? How many memes you've seen with DiCaprio doing this? The fucking finger point and like the and of course in Django, you have DiCaprio's face, like he's like that. He's doing that laugh, like that face, and Pulp Fiction, right? On the old last movie, you got like Jackson references up the wazoo, memes from Samuel L. Jackson. Anything, right? There's a lot of things, and then of course John Travolta, right, with him looking around with his coat, right? He's just looking around like, what the fuck? Like, where's the speaker, right? Where's that coming from? That's been used up the wazoo. When it comes to Reservoir Dogs, not so much. It's like that's the first one.
There wasn't a lot.
Yeah, it's the first movie, to be fair, or first major film, let's just say. So to be fair, there's not too much from that, I don't think, anyway. I guess maybe like here and there, maybe with what's his face, Buscemi, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe with his face or something like that, something. Other than that, I'm trying to think of like something else too. Oh yeah, Kill Bill, right? There's some Kill Bill stuff here and there. Anything else you can think of? I'm trying to think of like anything else I'm trying to not forget.
I did see the Hateful Eight. I kind of didn't like that.
Sorry, what?
The Hateful Eight.
Oh,
Trying to remember if there was any like stuff.
I think here and there too. I think Hateful Eight is kind of like that too. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not too many jokes, I don't think, or memes or references. I don't think.
All right. Anyways.
Anyway, I mean, putting that aside, I think what he's trying to say is that he wants to have like that humor and violence combination, like Tarantino. Especially when Tarantino, a lot of these movies, they have like that slow build up and then like the big fucking violent scene. It's like a ticking time bomb almost. Yeah, when it comes to that. So, but yeah, Tarantino his name is out there for a reason. So yeah, that's why this is even a discussion of topic of discussion in the first place. But hey, nonetheless though, I'd like to see something from Nagoshi and his team, like see what happens and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see what exactly he's trying to formulate and stuff like that, and so we'll see. And I don't know why this isn't in the same article, but hey, I guess there's Yakuza 8 again. This was previously known that there is some screenshots that the team purposefully took pictures of, to tease Yakuza 8. Kind of see this screenshot right there. They just took it straight from the computer, and you see like the shit on the side, like the animation stuff, like all the little tools and stuff like that. Anyway, so that's pretty much the topic of things for that little bit. I'm sure you heard about this, at least to some extent. Sakurai, the developer and director for the Smash games, has made a YouTube channel. Has now made a YouTube channel called I'm not sure. Okay, so it's called, the channel name is called Masahiro Sakurai on Creating Games. It's officially now a thing. So you can just go to that a little bit, and oh my goodness. And you have some videos, like there's no like long videos and anything like that. At least so far anyway. Well, it just literally started, so let me subscribe to that, because I would like to check out his content throughout time. Hopefully the comment section won't be too bad, because you know how people are with oh, when's this character in Smash? You know that whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, any comment on that one?
I was like, I'm interested, like, if this is gonna be like a um behind the scenes, or
Yeah.
it kind of shapes up to be like collab, a collab, not talk show, but like videos. You'll have like Kojima and Harada.
Harada, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like not like Harada's bar, but like
Yeah, it's just like a conversation, yeah.
yeah.
Still, nonetheless, yeah. Like maybe like between like a not Discord, but I don't know, whatever they're using as a video chat call thing. But other than that, I mean, I'm interested. I'd like to see something from Sakurai for sure. Again, I just hope that the comments will be, on a more moderate level. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on that because you know how again, I know you know how people are. Hopefully, it won't be too bad to the point where he's like, I don't want to make videos anymore. I don't like the comment section. I would hate to see that. But nonetheless, hey, I look forward to it, man. I look forward to the content. Not too many details have been shared other than, yeah, he's making a new channel, or he's making a YouTube channel. So hopefully we can see stuff from him in the future. Okay. We're good on comments. We can definitely move on to the last bit of stuff. So as we were talking about with HBO Discovery, right? We mentioned with Multiversus, right? A WB company. Or a WB property. DC stuff is also under WB, and then HBO Discovery is also under the WB umbrella. And that's been going through trouble, very much so, because they've been canceling stuff left and right. And so because of that, they've been getting a lot more losses than one would imagine, or want to imagine rather. But first off, let's talk about this for a bit. Both Shazam and Aquaman, their sequels are being delayed by a significant amount. So I think they're being moved next year, in fact. Super hard next year. Let me see. Trying to see where Shazam got delayed up the wazoo. Okay, so there's Shazam now being moved to March 17, 2023. I wish they had the previous dates. That would have been nice. But anyway, let me just look up that real quick then, if that's really the case. So Shazam, Fear the Gods. Yeah, see, it said 2022. It was coming this year. Was. Development, post-production. So I guess it was somewhere December 2022, let's just say. But now they've moved it to March 2023. And then Aquaman, that is also, let me see. Yeah. So this is also being moved to next year, like December 2023. So that's a big delay. It was supposed to be coming this year. Now it's being delayed to next year. Holy crap. Now they have all the time to remove Amber Heard from the film. Pretty much.
Oof. Ooh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been getting their losses really hard, it looks like, from all the canceling and stuff like that of their shows and such. And then there was one more little thing from discussing film. saying Warner Brothers Discovery could destroy all the footage of Batgirl to demonstrate to the IRS there will never be revenue made from the film and can immediately receive the full tax write-down. But something this is unlikely to happen. There's been talking about Batgirl being like destroyed or being deleted, like literally, you know, and I guess the crew or cast members are trying to like salvage it somehow, but WB has hold of the product, I guess, and so they're trying to like get rid of it so that way, or one on the street anyway is that they're trying to get rid of it so that way. That's where their evidence of saying, oh, we can't make revenue from it, so we could do the tax write down, I guess. But that's just word on the street anyway. It's been crazy, man. They were, you know, expecting some losses, right? Of course, but from what it looks like, they're getting a lot more loss than their estimation. So let me see. I'm trying to see if I can like find that. I wish I actually linked that, but let me see. Oh yeah, I guess. Meanwhile, tangent. Sorry. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be joining the season 4 of The Boys. So awesome, man. I like that. I like that actor. He's gonna be perfect.
If he does not have a fucking bat with him, I'm going to be very pissed off.
I think
he better have a bat.
I've heard rumors that he, well, like very, very like reaching into the jar type of rumors that he is playing Tech Knight, who is from the comic books of The Boys, and I have from the backstory I've heard from Tech Knight. Damn. Damn, that's all I can say. But anyway, sorry. Scrolling stuff. Oh yeah, so there's meanwhile, you know, development too. The crew, if this is true, of course, individuals that worked on Batgirl are attending funeral screenings, quote unquote, of the film on WB lot before the film is locked away forever in a vault. That's also another word on the street. Yeah, and there's news about the delays and stuff like that, except for Black Adam and yeah, another film called Don't Worry Darling, I guess. But Black Adam, yeah. Well, anyway, I think the losses they've been getting though is like over 20 billion rather than 3 billion. Is what I'm trying to like point out here. And oh yeah, there's that Pinocchio Disney Plus thing. that's been happening as well.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I'll probably check it out. About mine as well, because you know I'm paying for it, so I'm still paying for it. I'm still signed on to that, unlike HBO Max. I'll only come back to that if Peacemaker is you know, has its season 2 ready to go. Odd. I thought I saw it here. The amount of how much they lost. Let me see if we can just like look it up here. HP. Oh no. WB Discovery, I think it was. Yeah, it says 20 billion. Okay, they lost oh, okay, they lost that in value. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, after they cut the 3 billion from like all the little cancels here and there, right? But they lost that value in return. So that right now is biting them in the butt. But I'm pretty sure they can still continue. I don't know if that's actual money loss right? It's just that's they just lost how much they're worth right now. But I'm pretty sure they'll go back up once like all the shows and movies and stuff like that like come out and whatever. I don't know. Is it really a loss for them? A little bit maybe. Is it flesh wound? One can say. I don't know. I'm not sure if you have any comment on this one. It's a bit of a weird situation going on.
It's a bit of a weird, but it's also kind of like, to me, like one of those well-deserved like big middle finger to WB for pulling this shit.
Yeah, like on top of like Batgirl and the Scooby-Doo stuff, they've been canceling stuff out out the ass, right? With the Elmo show, right? And then all the other like shows too. Like Jesus Christ. For no apparent reason. Other than, oh, this is the direction we want to take or whatever. So what is the direction? You know what I mean? Yeah, not to mention, yeah, they I think they're axing a lot of like the Cartoon Network stuff, the Sesame Street stuff. It's not just like the Elmo's what do you call the Not So Late show or whatever it was called, but they like took out like the classic episode. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, like
yeah,
it's like again WB for some odd damn reason they're doing well in one area, but then like falling face first into lava in the other part of their what's it called, industry business model that brings them actually more money than these other stuff. And it's like, and they're just sitting there going like, why are people hating us?
yeah.
What did we do? And you're just like this. Hello?
Yeah.
do you not see what the dumb shit you're doing?
And a lot of these reasons is just like, oh, we just want to do a tax write-off or some shit. Like, and of course the direction too. So it's like, ugh. Man, that's annoying, man. Like HBO Max right off the start looked really nice because it was like a nice archive for like all the Cartoon Network stuff. Not to mention it was like, it had like Sesame Street and like some of the classic shows. Not that I'm gonna go watch Sesame Street by any means, but the Cartoon Network stuff was like pretty enticing. I'm like, ooh, that's a nice like trip back to memory lane kind of thing someday. But really, there's nothing for me to really watch right now. So that's why I took it off. When it comes to like Netflix, yeah, there's like anime that's gonna be coming up, like the Cyberpunk anime. Not to mention, I still have to watch the Tekken anime. Yeah, I do want to check it out. It's just cause. Have you watched it yet?
I only seen the fight scene. Some of them are okay. It's just the fucking triangle shadow. That's that's making me like do this every time. It's like that's an awesome. Oh
yeah. Yeah. Point being,
like
okay, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say like I haven't gave up on HBO Max yet because right now it's House of the Dragon, so the prequel to
yes,
or Game of Thrones. So
yes.
it's like okay, you're here,
right?
All right. Oh, and then there's Harley Quinn, which I still need to finish.
The cartoon, yeah.
And then and in the back of my mind popped in when I was watching like some of the few episodes of Harley Quinn was like, holy shit, I didn't finish, or I need to finish catching up with Young Justice.
Oh yeah.
And I looked up like how many episodes I'm behind. I was like, oh dear. It's 10. I'm 10 episodes behind because it's like like one of those like shows like when it gets good, it gets good. But once it hits that like slow episode, you
Yeah.
kind of like dull out, and then something else pops up. It's like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch that.
Yeah. I get you. Aren't they like canceling the what do you call the Teen Titans live action shit also? I think that was
I don't
part of
know.
it. I'm not too sure on that
I'm
one.
just, I'm just amazed that um Warner Brothers doesn't cancel HBO, apps altogether by the rate they're going.
Yeah, kind of sucks. I mean, it's not like I'm like aching for. Well, I'm not like I would like to watch more Peacemaker, like season 2. That'd be nice, but I'm not like,
Yeah.
oh no, why? It was a nice show, but it's like, yeah. It's like a bonus type of thing for that side of Suicide Squad. But yeah, that's just what's happening with Warner Brothers Discovery right now. The situation, on one side they're doing really well with the video games, and then on the other, like you're saying, like the movie stuff, movies, streaming. I don't know what they're doing. They're just kind of like juggling, dropping shit, and oh no, why did that happen? So yeah.
It's like they're shooting themselves in the foot, and they're like staring at us, going like, "Why did you shoot me?" So it's like, you have the gun.
Yeah. Well, anyway, speaking of streaming, Disney Plus doing pretty well still for itself. Is going to be streaming Thor: Love and Thunder September 8th on Disney Plus. So for those who haven't watched the movie yet in theaters, you can definitely catch it in the streaming side of things. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm still, kind of staying away from theaters for the time being. And yeah, this is something from me. So I definitely would like to catch up on that on Disney Plus with Love and Thunder. So yeah, kind of longer than usual, because usually these movies pop up like a month and a half after, at least for the most part anyway. But this one is like what, 2 months? When did this movie come out? Ish. But let me see. Love and Thunder came out like end of July, or more towards the end of July.
Something like that.
And it came out, yeah, July 8th. So it's like pretty much 2 months, a solid 2 months. So it looks like it's gonna be between a month and a half and 2 months for, depending on which movie, I guess, give or take. So the longest wait is 2 months. Yeah, so for those who haven't watched it yet, it's gonna be on Disney Plus soon enough. It's like what, 2 weeks? Looks like 2 weeks, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll look
Like
forward to that.
2 weeks.
Yeah. All right, last one to wrap it up for another strangely Disney Plus is King Kong. King Kong series will be a serialized action adventure drama focusing on a new Kong. The series will explore King Kong's origin story and the mythology behind Skull Island. Again on Disney Plus. See, is King Kong public domain? Because it came out in the 30s, right?
Yeah. Well, it all depends on like when you mean public domain, because I believe Universal has the movie rights. But for like any other type of media, I think it's fair game. You just gotta pay what's it called? Fees. To do like, if you're gonna do like a TV stuff.
Right.
That's why like some people forget that we can't have a Hulk movie until Universal gives up those rights. For some odd damn reason.
Right.
But maybe just King Kong. But since they say it's a new Kong, I'm gonna just say it's not gonna be part of the MonsterVerse. But
Yeah, the legendary
it's just,
stuff.
it's just gonna be like its own little.
Yeah, Disney Plus
thing.
Kong.
But yeah, we'll wait and see. Am I
Yeah.
interested?
Mm-hmm. One comment from this discussing film tweet, referring to this situation or bit. It says from 40 Serenity. To anyone confused, the rights to the original Kong is public domain, as the original novelization never renewed its copyright, which is why many incarnations of the character from different studios exist. Ah, okay, so that makes sense. So we have, so it's not like we have Universal Kong, or we do have Universal Kong, and then there's Legendary Kong, and then blah 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 blah, And not to mention there's like other King Kong films along the way too. It's just that, okay, well, for Disney, they have to make their own Kong now, because that's why it says New Kong. It's not like they can't like bring the Peter Jackson Kong, or like the whatchamacallit, the Legendary Kong or whatever. They have to make their own Kong. That's the thing that they have to do.
Gonna call it. It's not gonna be called King Kong. It's gonna be called Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, DK.
And then it's gonna end with every episode's gonna have DK rap.
Oh no. I hope.
I'm just-
kind of hope not, but
It's like, please don't.
yeah. I don't think Godzilla is public domain yet, right?
With Toho? Hell no.
Yeah, right. So
Toho is like, I'm gonna make a Godzilla film.
yeah, good luck
said
with
what?
that. Yeah, good luck with that being public domain, because I think with public domain stuff, that it means no one else is renewing the original, I guess, like person or whatever, or the original company never renewed the copyright. So that means it's up for grabs for King Kong. That's why. The only way for Godzilla to be public domain is if Toho said, fuck it, we'll just let you all have it, or something like that, or they're not gonna renew it for some reason. Somehow that's a fucking miracle. But yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't think there's not really much else to go off of. But the reason why this is even possible is because King Kong's sort of original origin of, I guess, studio / company / author or whatever is not around, and they're not there to renew constantly. There's no King Kong estate to keep up with the copyright stuff, so that's why it's public domain. Same with the composers, right? Of way back when, like Mozart and all of the classical music composers, because there's no studio, there's no fucking company that keeps up with the copyrights, because there weren't even copyrights back in the day. So that shit's all public domain. They should. All right. Anyway, sorry about that. Bit of a delay there, but yeah, back to the point. The reason why this whole thing works is because King Kong's like sort of estate is pretty much non-existent, right? And these estates are there to keep up with the copyright, trademarks, anything like that. And there's nothing of the sort for King Kong, luckily. So yes, King Kong is the public domain for the most part, and it's up for grabs for any company. I don't think you can buy it, like you can just buy King Kong, right? Because you can't talk to the original person, because it's, well, dead. They're dead. There's no agent. There's no one representing Kong. So again, that's just gonna leave it public domain for anyone to make their own sort of thing, or their own show, I guess, is what I'm gathering for the most part.
I mean, if we need a like a representative for Kong. I think we have a person named Jennifer Walters. She's an attorney at law.
Oh.
She's a
Yes. Speaking of which, how do you feel about She-Hulk?
the Shot Hulk. I mean,
She-Hulk.
I don't know where people are getting like this is too woke or it's boring and fuck. I mean, I fucking enjoy it because I'm a simple being. If when it comes to like comic book, stuff, like I can like cut that line of like, here's the comic book origin, here's the MCU origin. Okay, they connected some stuff, but they have to change it. That's why I don't understand people going like it's like they want a shot for shot remake of the comic book, and I'm like, why?
Right.
Like seriously, why? Look at anime when they get it from the manga. Not everything is shot for shot.
Yeah.
Some things are added.
Added, changed. Whether it's for
Changed,
censorship or just like the things, the anime directors have the right to change things. That's what they want to see, and that's not how it's gonna go, right? But sorry, go on.
What else? I mean, I'm enjoying it. That's the bottom line with this. I'm liking it. Yes, there's some like weird ass directions, but what this show is actually doing, which I thought it would not do, is actually connect like a lot of like really old past movies. Like this recent episode, because I thought that this case that Jen is gonna take on was gonna be like later down, the series or the episode, but nope.
By the way, I haven't watched.
We're already at episode 2, then it's like,
Right,
bam, you're gonna take this case right now. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
wait, whoa.
I haven't watched 2, by the way, so let me just to clarify that. But yeah.
So, and it also helps like in these episodes. It, as I said, it ties in with like other movies.
Okay. I mean, like we've seen what's his face, Abomination, right? From the trailer, so we can talk about that a little bit. But like, with Tim Roth, right? That Abomination, right? So it's connecting that to here. So you're kind of like saying, I guess what you're trying to say is that, oh wow, you didn't, you wouldn't think or whatever they actually did that to whatever, but like. Without trying to spoil things, because first off, I haven't watched it either, so I mean,
like let's just say again, like to repeat, they really were like back into the past and were like, hey, remember this event? And it's like, whoa, like oh,
yeah.
And then they also brought up like another event in episode 2, going like, remember this event too? Yeah. These two are canon. Here you go. It's like,
okay.
So you're just doing this, like, I'm good job.
Right.
And her fourth wall breaking is like, wow, yes, that's really part of like her comic in the comics. That she breaks the fourth wall.
Right.
Which a lot of people that I've read, like on Twitter and on what's it called? Reddit are saying that she's copying Deadpool, and I'm like,
oh god.
Deadpool is not the only one that gets fourth wall break. He just thrives in it.
Yeah.
Because if memory serves me correctly, I think She-Hulk came out before it did, or like original She-Hulk.
Interesting. I can kind of feel that She-Hulk came out before Deadpool.
Yeah, she did it.
What year does it say?
Several years.
Several years, okay. Before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Years before Deadpool like surfaced and so it's like, yeah. So in a sense, Deadpool ripped off She-Hulk.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, for the fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, for the law for yeah. I guess in that sense. Anything else you want to talk about when it comes to episode 1 at least? Or just She-Hulk so far anyway, I should say. 'Cause, yeah, there's 2 episodes.
She-Hulk, yeah, it might not be for everyone because I know there's a lot of people that don't like crime drama because of how slow the pace might be, or they don't like the writings, blah blah blah. I mean, to me, give it a go. Like, wait, give that old 3-episode try. You know, just don't base off the whole series, which I don't know why a lot of people do it nowadays. If the first episode doesn't grab you, they write it off like, oh, this is a piece of shit show. It's like, it's just the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do you walk into a movie and if the movie doesn't grab you in the first 3 minutes, you walk out the theater?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. So, so you like it so far, is what you're trying to say? Okay.
Because I'm a simple man to entertain.
Right. I understand.
But if I see the like the show and writing going like, oh my god, you know,
right?
You're just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see you. I'm gonna acknowledge you, but I'm gonna go down.
Right. So, what I've gathered and what I've sort of interpreted this whole situation is that they're looking at this Hulk as if this is Hulk, right? But this is a different Hulk. This is Banner Hulk, you know. And for those who care about like the power level type of thing, like you have to remember this isn't the Hulk, right? Because this is Banner and Hulk kind of together in one. So this is a completely different Hulk. So, you know, a lot of people call him Smart Hulk, but anyway.
It's called, Smart Hulk.
Smart Hulk.
Think of him as a, even though it might be the wrong thing, a subspecies.
I guess, like a sub variant of Hulk, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a different Hulk, and so at least that's how I see it anyway. So that's why you can kind of throw out the power level thing out the window for right now, because that's why, you know, in some moments, yes, you know, she kind of gets the upper hand and stuff like that, you know, but also at the same time, he doesn't want to hurt her, right? Obviously, he's not gonna be like, oh, like go full power on her ass, because he might kill her, right? You know, but, you know, likely, because Hulk is just like, you know, pure rage and one of the most strongest people in the Marvel universe. Of course, there are a couple of other, you know, several others that are stronger than Hulk. Maybe if, you know, Hulk is super like maximum rage, right? Then he can probably compete with like all the other strong, powerful beings and shit like that in terms of physical strength. Yeah. But in this instance, this is where I'm okay with, of course, you know, Hulk not being at his best, because first off, again, this isn't entirely Hulk. This is Bruce Banner and Hulk. Again, different Hulk. And so that's why you're kind of seeing this right now. And plus, like, there's a scene where I'm gonna spoil episode 1 for a little bit, but I have to explain this. But there's a scene where she's like essentially saying, "Oh, I'm in control. I'm better than you. You know, I can handle the anger better than you because this and that. You know, I've been catcalled and whatever, you know, and stuff like that." But then, as she's saying that, she's transforming back to She-Hulk. So the whole point of that whole scene is that even though she's saying she's in control, she's not in control. That's why, you know, and a lot of people, including the whole like woke, anti-woke, quote unquote, anti-woke / woke, I don't know, are saying like, it's you know, looking down on men and making men look bad, or trying to make men look bad or sound bad, blah blah blah. You know that whole 10 yards or the whole 9 yards about that whole spiel, right? And that's definitely not what it's trying to go for in that scene. It's trying to establish that, yeah, you know, Jennifer is kind of a airhead, you know, and she thinks she's in control, but she's not in control because she just got these powers. And yes, even though her genetics are different than Bruce Banner's, right? And could be better in some areas, she still, you know, she still has to have some learning experience, and Bruce Banner is there to teach her those things. And that's why, and you know, that she goes back to being She-Hulk when she was painting up her anger and stuff like that, and going like, oh, I'm better, I handle better than you when it comes to anger. But yet she transformed back to She-Hulk. So again, that's the point of that, is showing that she's still not in control. So therefore, in some areas, Bruce Banner Hulk still has the upper hand in those areas because he has all the experience, right, of how to handle the Hulk, how to handle the anger and stuff like that, how to be Zen essentially. That's why he's there. But you know, of course, at one point she goes back to her lawyer stuff, and so from that point on, she's gonna have to, you know, sort of pick up on the pieces on her own terms, I guess. That's just how I interpret it anyway. So this whole, like, you know, the woke thing and all that stuff is just like, it's just nonsense to me right now. And that's not how I've been seeing it, right? I'm just seeing it for what it really is trying to do. You know, is it perfect? No. I mean, but is it a good start? Yeah, I mean, you know, I enjoyed it for the most part. I think it's a pretty good start for She-Hulk. We still have to see the rest of the show in order to make a very hard verdict on how She-Hulk is. But for right now, I think it's a pretty decent start. So I'm still interested to see the rest of the show. That's what I can say about the show. I'm willing to check it out. I like the humor so far, for the most part. Maybe the hardcore Marvel fans might be disappointed that, oh, you know, Jennifer's origin of becoming She-Hulk was kind of rushed, you know, from what I can understand, because there's more. I think there might be more to it than that in the comics. But other than that, I mean, it's a streaming series. You kind of have to do some shortcuts here and there, right? So, it's the pacing, I guess, for some people could be abrupt, but other than that, I was able to enjoy it for what it was. You know, I'm someone who doesn't read the comics. For the most part, I know of the comics here and there. I can kind of get snippets of it, but I don't read the comics for the most part. So I'm not that sort of hardcore Marvel fan. I'm definitely more of a MCU fan, let's just put it that way, or someone who watches who has watched all or most of the MCU stuff up to this point. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the practical stuff like the CG and stuff like that, I think they've got it down for the most part. I think it's at the best it could be. A lot better looking than it was when it was first revealed, I think. I think the effects were pretty good for the most part. I like the detailing on Bruce Banner's like face, right, when he's Hulk. You can kind of like see the stubble and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, I like to see where it goes. That's all I can say. And that whole situation, the woke stuff, I think it's nonsense. It's just dumb shit that people like to bring up just for the sake of, you know, engagement on social.
It's just little angry men.
Exactly, yeah. Who don't know how to interpret things and stuff like that on a more deeper level. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. They're very insecure in that sense. They look insecure whenever that happens. And especially even the Ben. I kind of like indirectly saw Ben Shapiro talk about that stuff, specifically from She-Hulk. So it's like, ugh, God. And he even kind of like indirectly admitted that he's just talking about it for the sake of like making money off of it, for the clicks and stuff like that. Indirectly, it seems like. So it's just like, it's just nonsense. It's what it is. It's like, oh my God, so what, you know? I'm just trying to see it as a show. It's not a fucking like political piece. You know what I'm saying? And
You're not like we're not trying to freaking dive into this.
yeah. And
We're just trying to watch it
Yeah.
for entertainment purposes. We're
Mhm.
not trying to do a breakdown. Like is there a what's the word? A subtle like message?
Like
or,
yeah, like a subliminal message of sorts. Yeah. That women are better and fucking women's rights and feminism and shit. Like, no, man. It's just,
it's like just sit down and just watch it.
yeah.
And if it's not for you, it's not for you.
I mean, yeah.
Ta-da.
From what I've heard, Jennifer's kind of an asshole anyway, and she's a lawyer, so she's gonna like, you know, she's gonna do the lawyer stuff, right? So, you know.
Oh, someone like brought up. I don't know how they tried to connect it or say it's better. They're like saying that Jennifer Walters will never be as good as Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. I was like, that is two completely
Different, yeah.
two.
That doesn't even add to the argument. Like, okay.
You know, it's like if you kind of want to make a little connection, I think Legally Blonde will be as close as we're getting to She-Hulk for comedy wise.
I mean, even then, that's pretty different too. It's like a
Yeah, and also like I saw a breakdown for like an actual lawyer breaking down like the final court case in Legally Blonde. How and that lawyer was saying like all this stuff that she's doing would not fly in an actual court. It's like yeah,
right.
and she says right off like in the beginning, it's like these movies are meant to entertain you. They do not reflect what actually goes into court in a court case.
Yeah.
She goes like it touches it, but it's just there.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, see?
That's just what it is. It's just entertainment, man. You know, and
Yeah.
I mean, there and the same thing could apply here. Like, is there a grain of truth to it? Sure, there are men that are assholes to women. There are, but not all men are like that, obviously. You know, and people should be able to think of that, like, right? Like, they should be able to interpret that. But it's just like, oh, because they make one little comment about my gender, they're trying to make me look bad, and along with the rest of the men or whatever, that like automatically, like, God damn it, man, Jesus fucking Christ.
Me caveman now.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, Shapiro is like kind of riding along with that for the clicks and shit like that. I'm sure of it. So, do I truly believe he believes that? I don't know, and I don't truly care at the end of the day. But it's just kind of like a cherry on top when it comes to this sort of like situation, man. This whole like woke thing is just like, I don't know. It's just, again, it's just nonsense for a show that's just trying to be there for entertainment. Now, if it continues to do that, like, throughout the show, and it doesn't like, and it doesn't like, there's context to it, right? And if it doesn't evolve from there on, then it's like, okay, that's like, yeah, it is pretty fucking annoying, and it doesn't go anywhere. So that's why, yeah, you could bring that up as a point of criticism, sure. But it's not. But overall, it's not supposed to meant to be this like political piece of all men are bad, or all men are evil sort of thing, and all women are victims of whatever and such. Dude, we just saw Amber Heard with the court case with Johnny Depp. You know what I mean? So it's like, did people just forget about that? Just that shit was recent. This shit was so big. It was like live streamed. Like, a lot of people did reactions to that. Like, dude, come on. Did you just forget about it? Yeah.
I still find it like my spirit needs my body. Like, there are still people saying that injustice has happened to Amber Heard. I'm like, did you not see the evidence? Okay. Okay.
Like,
we know who you are.
Right. Now, was Johnny completely in the right? No. But the problem is that Heard was also very much in the wrong, and Heard was trying to paint him the only person they're in the wrong in this whole entire case.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? And that's why, you know, this whole thing happened in the first place, you know, the whole defamation thing and blah, blah, blah. And now we see her as mostly the evil person in the situation with all the evidence and all that stuff, you know? So, again, I mean, it all comes back to here. The point is that, yeah, I mean, or no, not all men are evil. And we just saw that, you know, that whole situation pretty much adding to that point, like, you know, that women are also like that too, that there are women that also do that cat calls and the, hey, you know, you want to come over here and blah blah blah, like, hey, you know, I want to talk to you too, you know, they do that too. But for some reason, right, men are somehow portrayed that way, you know, as they're the ones that are only doing that, you know what I mean? So the catcalling and all the, you know, the pickup lines and everything and blah blah blah, like, women do that too. Like, everyone does that shit. We're all human at the end of it, and we all do dumb shit. You know, and we all are our own worst enemies, kind of thing too, in that sense. But what I can tell you is that I'm not the one who goes poo on the bed, you know. I'm gonna say that much. Anyway, that's putting that aside. So I'm enjoying She-Hulk.
Does he do that? Shit on the bed, Gengar. Can you tell me?
Oh no.
Oh, no. You just see Gengar like holding up a sign. Call the police.
Call the police. Anyway. Back to the point. She-Hulk. I'm enjoying it right now, and I'll watch the rest of it. So yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
To end it again, everyone, with the She-Hulk thing. It's for entertainment purposes. Stop digging deep into this unless you're trying to like see where She-Hulk is taking place and what connection she has to like other like films or TV shows.
Yeah.
But don't make it like a full on conspiracy theory, like as Hawk over here said, men bad, roar.
Right.
So no, stop.
Yeah, a lot of cookie jar reaching for sure. That's what I can see. That's how I see it, definitely. Right now, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Right now, like with episode 1. I have yet to watch the episode 2, so I'll definitely catch that at some point and go from there. Yeah, because it comes out on always comes out on a Thursday for right now, right? And did they say how many episodes are there? Is it 8 or is it like?
I think it's. Hold on. Oh. Gotta turn off this filter. Turn off this filter. 9. There's 9.
Oh, 9. Okay. All right. There you go. Only on Disney Plus. Yep. Alrighty. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Unless you have anything else to sort of chime in or sprinkle in before we take off for today's episode.
I'm Ichigo Kurosaki, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
Oh my god. Oh man, that whole thing. It's a hilarious meme, but it is like, yeah. Oh god.
It's hilarious, but I'm like, now I'm like looking and seeing that it's like, someone gotta have Johnny Young Bosch do that. Just could do that.
Didn't he voice Jake the Dragon? Whatever. Yeah. So someone's gonna like splice it together, you know, somehow. Somebody's gonna do it.
Or someone like is gonna make a conspiracy theory saying American Dragon Jake Long takes place in Bleach.
Oh no!
Somehow.
Oh
no.
No!
You are reaching
for the
our
stars.
Universe, sir.
You're reaching for the galaxy, man. Pretty much.
It's like put down the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Yep. that is yep, that's essentially it, I think. So that is all for today's episode of the Hypecast. Pretty decent run. We still went on for 2.5 hours pretty much. Well, almost, because you know there's some breaks here and there, but like, yeah, we were close to it once again because the tangents and stuff like that. But anyway,
Very nice.
yeah, it's pretty good talk. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy that, and we'll definitely try to be back for next week if there's anything else to talk about. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter and all that fun stuff. It's in the description. So you can catch us on iTunes and stuff like that, iTunes, Spotify, and then for those who are listening to us, catch us on YouTube. All that information's in the. So again, thank you very much for all who tuned in for today's episode. 201, kind of crazy to say. And yeah, again, we'll be back and try to see if there's stuff for us to talk about. Probably episode 2 of She-Hulk. I mean, we could probably use that and stretch it out. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. But until then, we'll see you all in the next one. Take care, stay safe. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, cute.